So, back for the final episode with this hard setup Battle Spot Doubles team, then be moving on to something else, because I've got like 10 teams built already in Battle Spot Doubles, so I'm sure I can find other teams to put onto this series, but I'm not sure if I'd be going back to BGC17 now that Battle Spot Doubles has been announced, because I do have two more tournaments. I have an MSS and then London. Don't know what team I'm going to bring to the MSS, but my London team is coming together. But outside of that, I won't be doing much for UC17, so I think my focus will be Battle Spot Doubles, getting prepared for next year. So again, we've got the Charizard and Tyranitar, which I don't think should go together, but there we go. It went pretty well last time, where we just led Smeagol Xurkitree. Is there any reason not to lead the same? Because if I catch Gyarados, that would be nice as well. There probably is a reason. That Tapu Koko's probably going to be a pretty big reason why I can't lead with Smeagol, because I won't be able to spore things. I can spore the Charizard and the Gyarados at least. And if I do catch the Gyarados, then that would be lovely. I haven't caught any of the things that I wanted. Like, the main theory behind the Xurkitree was it's supposed to catch Landorus, and even the Scarf Landorus would then be KO'd by Hidden Power Ice. Only Assault Westwards would be able to take that, but then you'd be faster anyway. So, do I go with Smeagol? Because I think I do want to lead with Xurkitree here. Again, not knowing how fast the Charizard is makes this a bit awkward. And I do want to find out if Xurkitree can OHKO a Charizard. I wouldn't expect it to, but which one of these do I go with? I'm going to go with Volcarona. I think that was the mistake, but we'll see. Maybe Smeagol was the mistake. Because if I'm not bringing Bulu, then if he brought his Koko, then Smeagol probably was a mistake, but we'll see, we'll see. Ideally, he leads, what, Gyarados and I guess like a slow Charizard, because then I can spore the Charizard and just Thunderbolt the Gyarados, but we'll see. Interesting, I've sent it out this way around. It's usually Smeagol first, but hey, I did get, hey, exactly what I wanted. But we don't know the speeds, so this has worked out nicely. We did catch the Gyarados, which has finally activated my Adrenaline Orb on Xurkitree. I used Adrenaline Orb a lot in 2017, and it was really good. But here, surely you don't let me Thunderbolt your Gyarados. How fast is the Charizard? That is the awkward part. I feel inclined, because I got the boost, to protect Xurkitree a bit more than I would normally. I'm going to go for a Spore into the Charizard. So unless it's Charizard X and he switches in Koko, then it should be going to sleep if he doesn't protect. But it is Charizard Y. He did leave his Gyarados in, so he was willing to just take a Thunderbolt. So we'll see what happens. If he stayed in, he's probably protecting, or he's making the ultimate play. Because surely I just Thunderbolt that Gyarados. He was just attacking. Interesting. And he was slower with Charizard as well, which is a bit unfortunate, because I could have just gone for Thunderbolt Spore. But what's the Gyarados going to do? Because even if it Dragon Lances, that's not an issue. Just going to go for Flyinium? Walterium. In the sun. That's a good move. And into my protecting Xurkitree, that will not do any damage at all. But here, I could play around with Sleep Turns. It is going to be in Xurkitree, and in the sun, that's going to do nothing to protect. So, interesting team choice, having Walterium Gyarados with Mega Charizard. But do I go for finding out? I know what I can do. I can go for Thunderbolt into Gyarados and Instruct. But if he switches out into Garchomp or he protects his Gyarados, then that could be bad. But if I go for Instruct Thunderbolt into the Gyarados and he doesn't protect, then I can knock out the Gyarados, get the Beast Boost with my Xurkitree, and definitely knock out the Charizard. And the fact that he just would have let me Thunderbolt his Gyarados, I think I might make this play, even though it could go horribly wrong. I didn't get Speed Boost, I don't think. So, like, surely you're going to protect or switch to Garchomp now. But no, he's going to switch to Charizard. into Muck. Is this going to be a double switch? It has to be a double switch. No, he's just letting me Thunderbolt his Gyarados. So, we'll take that. We didn't see any Whack and Berry potential because it was the Z move, but now I'm going to get the Beast Boost, and I'm going to be able to Thunderbolt the Muck here at +1, and that does a lot. It won't knock out, but it does a lot. Like a very significant amount. But that means he didn't bring Garchomp or Coco. Like, one of Garchomp and Coco isn't here. Does activate the Berry, which is fine. But Charizard's still guaranteed. No, it's not guaranteed because I outsped. So, evasiveness is nice. Attack fell, that doesn't matter, but evasiveness is always nice. But are we going to see the Coco here? So if we see the Coco, then he's giving me the boost. No, it is Garchomp, that's fine. Because there's no Coco. So that means that I have a fairly safe Hidden Power Ice and Spore into the Garchomp. The only problem is if he is a Scarf Garchomp. But that wouldn't be an issue, because if he is Scarf Garchomp, this happens with the Nidoking in the previous episode. If he is Scarf Garchomp, he has to Earthquake to knock out my Xurkitree. If he does do that, he'll be put to sleep with his Muck, and I'll get a free switch into my Salamence, which will get the freest Dragon Dances because he's locked into Earthquake. So I will go for Hidden Power Ice into the Garchomp here, and I will Spore the Muck with the knowledge that there is no Coco. Okay, that's fine. That's a fair enough play, because Charizard's already asleep. So is this going to be the Scarf Earthquake? No? Or if it was, it may have been just slow. But this will knock out +1 unless he's a Solvest, and it doesn't look like he's a Solvest, so I think this game is pretty comfortable now. I'm still not going to find out if normal Thunderbolt knocks out Charizard Y. I would expect it not to, but this is still, at +2 this will knock out the Charizard Y, for sure. More evasiveness, like the game is over now, I can just go for Spore into the Muck and Thunderbolt. I could go for Thunderbolt and Instruct, like to end the game this turn, because then I'll get to +3 with my Xurkitree, and I'm pretty, like, from memory, that knocks out a Muck. I think I will do that. Like, even if he, like, Gunk Shots my, what was my speed? I got a speed drop, didn't I? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, so I'll Instruct into the Xurkitree here, because even if he goes for Gunk Shot, that doesn't knock out my Xurkitree. So, still no Protect or anything coming out, but this will knock out Charizard. Very nice. And then I'm going to get a +3 Thunderbolt onto the Muck. So who needs Tail Glow? Already at +3 without any Tail Glows, so this went pretty nicely. Smeagol's Xurkitree still pulling its weight in Battle Spot doubles, which is nice. Don't know how necessary the Adrenaline Orb was. It would have only been necessary if the Garchomp was Scarf, but slow with Bulk. Because I did see that I outsped it at +1, so if he was Scarfed, he wasn't max speed Scarf, which I can agree with. Like, I think Scarf Pokemon should have Bulk. But that was pretty nice. Got Smeagol's Xurkitree coming through again. So, are we gonna do something? Like, I still need to Belly Drum. I want to try and Belly Drum in the next game. Because I still haven't been able to successfully Belly Drum the Azumarill. I'm pretty successfully Xurkitree people now, but I want to Belly Drum. Let's see. And I'm going to face Tapu Lele this time, because that's going to stop my Aqua Jet potential from coming out from Azumarill. So if there is a Tapu Lele, then I'm almost certainly not bringing my Azumarill. I could bring Bulu and Azumarill and then switch in my Bulu to be able to Aqua Jet his Lele, but I guess it just depends on the team. Like based on that logic, I could very easily bring Azumarill against a Lele, but we'll see. We'll see. Haven't really used much of Bulu as well, have I? I think I brought it to like 1, maybe 2 games. I did manage to Spore Kangaskhan because of the switching into Misty Terrain, but then didn't make the correct plays after that. But oh well. Are we going to have the tradition of not finding someone? Oh, like having to go through the finding people again, having the opposing trainer not found? No? Yes? We'll see, but I don't know, like I would still expect people to be on the Battle Spot Doubles ladder. Surely you're hyped for VGC 18, and even though it may not be exactly like it will be in VGC 18, like maybe there's no move tutors, maybe there's no none of the legendaries, but it's still good practice for VGC 18. He'll be close enough, but this looks kind of chalky with a Gengar. Gengar seems out of place, but think I will try and Azumarill him. But the problem is he can leave with his Kangaskhan and fake me out. So, do I go with my Smeargle route, especially because he's got the Tapu Fini? I'm not sure. Might leave with like a double setup here, because one of them should be able to set up. And if he leads with Landorus, then that would be really nice. So like the whole point, like it caught a Gyarados, which is perfectly acceptable, but I've done that in VGC 17. I want to catch a Landorus and HP Ice it, and it not be a Assault Vest. But I will bring Salamence here. Do I bring Smeargle at all? I don't think I do. I don't think I bring Bulu. I might go with Volcarona here. Although, no, that doesn't actually... That only helps against the Cresselia. So maybe it might be better to bring just Smeargle in the back. I don't often bring Smeargle in the back, but I feel like it might be a good shout here. I'm going to go with it. Something I did notice, this team doesn't have too much for Heatran. Technically Salamence beats it because it resists fire and it can just Dragon Dance a couple of times and then threaten big damage with return. I've got Azumarill. If I manage to set up Azumarill, then I'm good against Heatran, but I am leading it, so it is at risk immediately. Are we going to catch the Landorus? Please catch the Landorus. I really wanted to catch the Landorus with this Circuitry. Okay, there's no Landorus. But he can only fake out one of them. I got my Salamence as an Intimidate switch-in, but I would be switching into a Fairy. I feel like he should fake out Xurkitree here, because surely Xurkitree is threatening the Tapu Fini. So I feel like I can Belly Drum here. I will just normal Thunderbolt the Fini, because 2 Thunderbolts does knock out, and it doesn't activate a Berry. But he should fake out something here. But if he fakes out the Xurkitree, then I'll get my Belly Drum and threaten the KO on the Kangaskhan. And then if he fakes out the Azumarill, then I'll get the Chip to put Tapu Fini in range of Thunderbolt, threatening the KO next turn, which would make Xurkitree the target for turn 2. So I think this should be okay, just double attacking. Okay, oh, is this Landorus? Are we going to catch the Landorus? We caught the Landorus, yes! Okay, so just no double edge or anything. Just fake out. Fake out is fine. Just fake out into the Azumarill now makes sense with that switch, but we caught the Landorus. So now I can go for HP Ice. I really hope I can pull off the HP Ice. But this should be fake out into Azumarill now. I'm really hoping it is. Like, fake out into Xurkitree is obviously better, but it makes sense to be fake. No! He is just attacking. But it's going to be a return into Xurkitree, but I do get a Belly Drum. Okay, so I caught the Landorus. Do I live? I don't live. But I do live. Oh yeah, because the Parental Bond's been nerfed. Nice, nice. Okay. I can't Sucker Punch though. No, I can't attack because he will Sucker Punch me. But I get my Belly Drum, which is really nice. And from memory, a +6 Aqua Jet KOs Kangaskhan. He did just switch in his to Intimidate, so I did get my +6 rather than +5. So I think the smartest play here will be to Aqua Jet the Kangaskhan and protect with my Xurkitree, because I don't want to be Sucker Punch, and I can take out that Landorus if it is an Assault Vest. If he's a super bulky Kangaskhan, that wouldn't be ideal, but I think this is the safest way. So I have finally got off my Belly Drum. Am I going to be able to use it? Watch him explode with his Landorus. This should be the safest way, because he should have to Sucker Punch my Xurkitree here. No? Okay, that's fine. But this should kill. It does not. Okay, and he's going to Groundium KO my Xurkitree when I could have gone for HP Ice. That's very disappointing. I did bring Smeargle as well, didn't I? That isn't ideal. Because I think I'm going to lose both my Pokemon here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's going to KO Azumarill. But, like, it must be a bulky Kangaskhan because I'm pretty sure no bulk Kangaskhan drops to +6 Aqua Jet. But do I go into Smeargle here? Because I can HP Ice, because it is not Assault Vest, I can HP Ice KO the Landorus here. And I can follow me away his power-up punch. If I go into Salamence, then I will be able to get a Dragon Dance. I can actually get a double KO, and that's probably better. But then the problem is he can still Sucker Punch my Xurkitree, so maybe I should have gone into Smeagol there, actually. Because he can Sucker Punch with the Kangaskhan. So I have just protected the Xurkitree as well. Surely you Sucker Punch the Xurkitree. I will Dragon Dance and I will switch to Smeagol. Yeah, no, I didn't think about the Sucker Punch. I should, I'm wasting my Adrenaline Orb now as well. I should have gone into Smeagol because I could have Follow Mead and Hidden Power Ice the Landorus. I would have still been able to be Sucker Punch when the Smeagol got pupped or returns for the KO, but yeah. It is a shame that I should have gone, if I'd have gone for Aqua Jet into Landorus, that would have been much better, but okay, that's fine, because he's preserving his Intimidate. It's going to be Gengar, but it can't be Mega Gengar, probably Sash. And it is also not levitating anymore, so I can't Spore it while the terrain is up. It is most likely Sash as well. But this should be Sucker Punch. Protect is fine. Okay, so no Fake Out, most likely. Did he Fake Out? He didn't Fake Out, he just attacked turn 1, didn't he? So probably no Fake Out. But surely still a Sucker Punch. But again, like, that was surprising, because surely you Sucker Punch the Xurkitree in that situation. I was quite surprised by that, but I feel like I do need to KO Kangaskhan here. But then he could switch Kangaskhan out to reset a Fake Out and switch in his Landorus. That wouldn't be ideal. How many turns of Misty Terrains left? Surely 1, 2. Okay. Yeah, this isn't ideal. I will return into the Kangaskhan. It will two-shot a Landorus that switches in because it will be back to neutral. I will Instruct with my Smeagol here. Because then, if he stays in with Kangaskhan, which he doesn't do, it's going to be Landorus, which makes sense. But this does KO Landorus now, so Xurkitree is a little bit more free. It's a shame I'm back at neutral now, though. And it's going to be Scarf Gengar as well. Don't poison. Crit poison. No. Okay, just crit. But at least I know it's not Sash on Gengar anymore. This does make it a bit more awkward now, because he can Fake Out my Smeagol and Evasives. That could be key. Defense falls though, so does that put me in range of Fake Out? It's a shame that he wasn't, like, he never Sucker Punch or anything. I played around Sucker Punches too much. I didn't the crit matter too much because 2 Sludge Bombs would have KO'd me anyway. But he can Fake Out my Smeagol here and go for another Sludge Bomb. This is awkward. I do need to protect here, but he could Fake Out and Sludge Bomb into the Smeagol. But Fake Out Smeagol and Sludge Bomb Salamence makes sense. But then there's nothing I can do with the Smeagol this turn. Like, I'm just gonna... I don't want to switch into Xurkitree on the Fake Out, so I'm just gonna Spore and do nothing. Like, I haven't forgotten that Gengar doesn't have Levitate anymore. This was, like, Smeagol was useless this turn. But if I Instructed him, that would be silly. If I Follow Meads, then that would mean that the Sludge Bomb, which should go into Salamence... Okay, wow. The defense drop really hurt there. That does just lose me the game. So... Never know if he was Sludge Bombing. Maybe I had to sack Xurkitree here there so I could get get Smeagol back in, but yeah, that's just lost me the game there. So Scarf Gengar, like I have no complaints about Scarf Gengar. I went perfect Swiss in 2015 with the Scarf Gengar, so I have no issues with it. I will try and double protect here and see if my I will need a triple protect in the end. I will need a triple no, because I need to paralyze the Gengar immediately this turn, don't I? But then I still can't win because, like, is there any potential win condition because he's Scarf? Because he does just Sludge Bomb into Salamence here. No, even with Thunderbolt Paralysis, Circuitry would go down to return, and then Salamence still can't win on its own. So what I like, it doesn't make sense. He just needs to Sludge Bomb into the Salamence, but I need to play the Sun kind of mess up here, and he needs to Sludge Bomb into the Circuitry for no reason. But like, I'm not expecting him to do. I would strongly expect him to Sludge Bomb into the Salamence. But this is now my win condition. He needs to mess up and Sludge Bomb the Circuitry, which he doesn't do, so it's fine. Like, there was no way out, even with... Because if I double protected with Salamence, either KO the Kangaskhan, but then that brings in Tapu Fini, which means I can't Thunderbolt Paralyze the Gengar anymore. Or I go for the Thunderbolt Paralysis that turn, but then, and say I get it, and he is a bulky Kangaskhan, so I'd probably outspeed, because he took the Aqua Jet. But say that I did get the Thunderbolt Paralysis, the return still KOs the Circuitry, and he's still got a Tapu Fini, and a Kangaskhan and a Gengar. So, I guess then maybe I go for the return into the Kangaskhan, full paralysis on the Gengar. Go for Giga Impact into Tapu Fini, full paralysis on the Gengar. Recharge, full paralysis, return. But, maybe that was more likely than him going for the random Sludge Bomb into the Circuitry. But, oh well. That's a shame, because I think I was in a very good position without the Scarf on Gengar, but like, I can never complain about Scarf Gengar, because I have good memories of it. So I think I will try and get one last one, because I do quite like this team. It's definitely got some weaknesses, but I am quite enjoying it, so I will get one final one, I think. Hopefully we can properly put up the Azumarill. It's a shame, because I'm pretty sure, from memory, no bulk Kangaskhan gets KO'd by +6 Aqua Jet, because I was +6 because he switched in the Landorus, then I belly drummed. It's also annoying that he didn't Sucker Punch. Like, I played around Sucker Punches way too much, and if I didn't, if I'd have just gone for the normal moves, then everything would have been fine, because I could have gone for the Aqua Jet into the Kangaskhan, I could have gone for the Hidden Power Ice into the Landorus, then the Groundium doesn't come out and KO my Azumarill. What was he doing? He was pupping there, so he was surely pupping the Circuitry. Like, I'd lost my Circuitry, and he would have got a +1 Kangaskhan, so I'd have switched in my Salamence, but then I still have my Azumarill at pretty high HP against the Scarf Gengar. I wouldn't have known that at the time, so maybe I would have maybe played around him having a Sash. But then, I would have still had my Azumarill, and that would have been key. Getting the defense drop on Moody as well really hurt, because then that let me be in range of Fake Out, and maybe I had to sacrifice Circuitry there, but even if I sacrifice Circuitry, then I can follow me away the Sludge Bomb, and then I would have to return into the Kangaskhan there, and then hopefully no poison on the Sludge Bomb into the Smeagol, and then I follow me away again, but then I sacrifice my Smeagol, and I can return KO the Gengar, but then Tapu Fini would probably be able to KO me with a Moonblast, so yeah, unfortunate tournaments. It came down to me playing around Sucker Punches that didn't happen, and that's always annoying, because like, in my mind, Sucker Punch just onto Circuitry. Maybe he didn't have it, like he had Protect, he had Return, he had Power Up Punch, but surely you don't have, like, oh, there we go, there's the tradition. Like, not having Sucker Punch was a VGC 16 thing, not a like VGC 15, which I would say / Battle Spot Doubles thing. Like, surely you don't run Fake Out Protect. I don't think that's a very good combination outside of VGC 16 for Kangaskhan, at least. Like, I don't think Kangaskhan should stick around anyway. Like, it's nerf, in my opinion. Like, I haven't played enough to have a proper judgment, but my initial assessment, which could be horribly wrong, is that Kangaskhan has been nerfed too much to not be worth the Mega Slot. That's just my opinion without too much experience. I am totally open to being very wrong, but Gonna find someone immediately, as always happens. As soon as we can't find someone, then start trying again, we find someone immediately. But got Sam with Charizard again, but is he gonna leave with extra Tyranitar here? Is he gonna go for the immediate grounding into the Azumarill? I can't go with the Azumarill, he's got a Gastrodon. That's annoying. Because Bulu is fantastic outside of Charizard. I can spore things. Hopefully it's not Scarf Tyranitar, because then I should be able to spore things. Because I do want to leave with Smeagol here. I want Bulu in the back. I don't think I want Salamence. Do I want Salamence? Because Xurkitree's pretty good outside of his Excadrill. But then what would I have for it? This is awkward. He surely brings Gastrodon. I do need Bulu in the back, but do I bring a Azumarill? If I had Play Rough I probably would, but I am running out of time. So I will try and go with that, even though it's probably not a good idea. And I'm going to bring Salamence, even though Volcarona is probably better. But I think this is quite an awkward matchup. I'm going to see if he leads with Rain, or if he leads with like Landorus Thundurus, or Landorus Charizard or something, but we'll see, And we'll also see, if he leads with Sand, if he goes for an immediate Groundium into the Azumarill. Which I disagree with when there's a following Smeagol right there. Okay. That's fine. Kind of wishing I led with Xurkitree, but there we go. Don't know how fast the Zapdos is. Do Zapdos tend to run faster than Smeagol's? But we will see. I think Salamence is the correct switch here. Is he gonna... No, he's not gonna ground... Like, surely the Excadrill has the Groundium, so I don't know what the Landorus is gonna do. But we're gonna see if this Zapdos outspeeds Smeagol. I don't know if it would. Depends, because it surely wouldn't be Electrium if he's got an Excadrill, which would surely have Groundium. Like, that should be the item on all Excadrills, in my opinion, now. Focus Sash and Life Orb have become a bit redundant with the Z moves, but that should imply that the Zapdos should be bulky, which should underspeed my Smeagol, but you never know. Let's see. Okay, so that is almost certainly... actually, no, we can't tell if it's Scarf Landorus. It could just be max speed, so I can't imply anything there. But is Zapdos going to outspeed as well? No. Okay. So, how much sleep turns do we play around with? Speed, evasiveness. I don't think I want to play around with that. I'm going to go into Azumarill. I need to play around with sleep turns here, I think. I'm going to try and Dragon Dance, but he could just immediately HP Ice my Salamence, which, depending on how offensive he is, I won't be able to take, but I might. So, we'll see. But if we see another superpower, then that's... I'm going to strongly assume that's a choice Landorus. Could very easily be Assault Vest. But we'll see. Yep, it's not Scarfed. Okay. So now I'm going to assume it's Assault Vest. Yeah, just U-turn, that's fine. That's not going to do too much to Azumarill. But I do need Zapdos to stay asleep here, and playing around with sleep turns is always horrible, but this turn is in my favour. So it is kind of always a little bit annoying when they get the first turn wake, but you can never complain because you're using sleep, so just always nice when they get more sleep turns. And it does wake up immediately, and it does hidden power ice. Like, I could take this, which I do, so not the worst. Bad, but not the worst. So probably no Excadrill. Which is a shame because my Xurkitree would have been fantastic here. If he's got Tyranitar, then my Smeargle will go down to the Sandstorm, but it will let me Spore for a turn. I will Belly Drum here, and I will return into the Charizard, because this should let me keep one of my Pokemon. Even if he switches Zapdos into Landorus, and he, like, now if he protects his Charizard, I still get a +1 Salamence or a +6 Azumarill. Granted, it's in the sun, but that's still better than nothing. So he should protect his Charizard here, but if he was protecting, then why did you Mega Evolve? So, like, yeah, why did you Mega Evolve right there? That was curious. But if he knocks out Salamence, that's fine. It's just Tailwind. Okay. Interesting. But I do get my Belly Drum. Now again, I can't remember. Does +6 Acrojet KO a Charizard in the sun? Like, the super effectiveness and the sun cancel each other out. So I would still assume it does. So I'm going to Aquajet the Charizard, and I'm going to Dragon Dance again, putting me faster than the Zapdos. Hopefully this KOs. It does, nice, nice. So I'll probably lose my Azumarill or Salamence here. And I was faster. That happened in my best of 3 against Lee. Turns out it's a very, very, very slow Zapdos. Maybe Double Protect would have been better there. Start stalling out the Tailwind turns, but now I've got a pretty strong Salamence right here. I can still follow me away attacks with my Smeargle one more time. So I've got 2 turns, so maybe I should have double protected there, but because I know that Smeargle would be able to outspeed the Zapdos and Spore it if I can. I'm going to go with Smeargle, because even if he goes Landorus here, that should be fine. But I can't remember if +1 return, because I am +1 now. I'm just going to double check that, but I'm pretty sure I'm +1. Does that KO... does that KO Landorus with a nerf? So if it's Tyranitar in the back, then saving Salamence doesn't make too much sense. Its job will be done when I take out the Landorus, kind of. I will Spore into the Zapdos, and I will return the Landorus. If he's got Tyranitar, switching out Landorus into Tyranitar this turn makes the most sense. Because then you can Thunderbolt the Salamence, you can KO the Smeargle with the Sand, so... no? Okay, we're gonna learn. Does this KO? I didn't check if I was +1, but from memory it KOs, it does. So is he gonna Thunderbolt the Smeargle here? Or he's gonna HPI, so he gets a Sleeping Landorus, so... I've got a chance with my Bulu. Do still have one more turn of Tailwind. But I do need the Zapdos to stay asleep. Like, Zapdos, it can HP Ice my Bulu, and that can do a reasonable amount, but speed, that's crucial. That's going to be so good so long as the Tyranitar is not Scarfed. It's going to be really big. It is Tyranitar, so just please do not be Scarfed Tyranitar. Scarfed Tyranitar is a bad Pokemon. I don't like Scarfed Tyranitar at all. It's too slow. And you have to go Jolly, which means that you're weak. So, like, Mega Tyranitar makes sense because you get the attack boost, but, like, I don't rate Scarfed Tyranitar at all. Like, the Terrain versus the Sand activation there didn't indicate anything because he does still have one more turn Tailwind, so it is a shame I didn't go for, did I get an accuracy drop? No, okay. It is a shame I didn't go for Double Protect before I projected the Charizard, but he could have switched out to reposition. I do need to Swords Dance. I got the Z move. Okay. I'm pretty sure a +2 Z move would knock out Zapdos. Let's see. Please don't be Scarf. It is scarfed. That's a shame. I need 3 turns of sleep on Zapdos now, I think. But I can KO this Tyranitar. Shame I didn't KO it this turn. Because then I think I would win. But yeah. It is Scarf Tyranitar, unfortunately. A very bad Pokemon. But because it doesn't even outspeed. Like, if it outspeeds Salamence, that would be acceptable. But it doesn't even outspeed Salamence. So, at least, like, the speed boost let me learn that it was Scarfed. I will Horn Leech into the Tyranitar here. If I get 3 turns sleep on Zapdos, it's possible. But Ice Punch and HPI should take me out. But if he stays asleep, it is entirely possible. Oh, that's weak. I might even... No, I'm slower, but I could take this, and I could recover enough. And I might just recover enough. Because this is going to take down the Tyranitar in 1, and I'm going to get all its HP, well, half of its HP back. So actually, I think I've still got it. Even with the Scarf Tyranitar. It's a shame that Zapdos outspeeds Bulu, but that was to be expected. And he didn't stay asleep, but the Sandstorm is cancelled out by the grassy terrain. I'm pretty sure a +2 Bloom Doom KOs that Zapdos right there. Make sure I click the correct Bloom Doom. I'm pretty sure this would KO. So, no HP Ice crits, and I should be okay. Even HP Ice crit, I might be okay. I was definitely okay with the HP Ice crit, but this KOs. Surely this KOs. If it doesn't, I lose. But this KOs. It's the second strongest Z move in the game. At +2, it's going to KO. And by the way, that's not including things like a Hydro Vortex from a Swift Swimmer. Like, you have to... The rules for the strongest Z move is sent out in a single battle, and Z move immediately activates. But this should KO. And it does KO. Very nice. So even your Scarf Tyranitar cannot save you. So, did I intimidate the Tyranitar? I don't think so. I think it was just weak. So, very nice, very nice. So I'm glad I got a 3rd game, because that was a pretty good game, I think. Interesting he didn't go with his Excadrill, but there we go. It's amazing how many Charizard and Tyranitars together I've seen. Like, I don't approve of that combo whatsoever. I don't approve of Scarf Tyranitar. Even with Excadrill as well, you don't need the Scarf Tyranitar because your Excadrill is so fast, but there we go. That's going to round it off for this week. I do have some teams built already. Like, I could just immediately get on with a few more episodes with a brand new team that I would have, but please do suggest Pokemon you would like to see in the Battle Sport Doubles series. I did say that, I think it was last week that I was still doing VGC 17, but you did suggest some VGC 17, interesting VGC 17 Pokemon that I would definitely consider making teams around. So please do the same for Battle Sport Doubles, because I feel like I can have some fun, a lot more fun with this Battle Sport Doubles format, because I've got all my options back for my creativity. So go as wild as you want. It doesn't even need to be a good Pokemon. It can even be a not fully evolved Pokemon. I'm pretty good with EVO-like Pokemon. So literally just suggest whatever you want, and I will end up picking my favourites. And if I can make a reasonable enough team, then I will do my best to put that onto the channel. But if not, then I've still got other teams. So we'll see what's going to be on the channel next. Could be up to you. Thanks for watching.